morning, millennials. Welcome back to the Morning Toast. It's hump day, hump day. Oh yeah, it's hump day. It is Wednesday, so make sure to hump someone you love. I have Theo here in studio. Jackie has Bruno back at home. So make sure you're evaluating your life and acknowledging the space that you're in and making sure that you have someone that you love that you want to hump every Wednesday.
100%.
I have like a huge life update for everyone.
Wow, okay.
I am feeling so positive. Like I'm a new woman from yesterday. Like
what happened?
Nothing in particular. Yesterday was just like a bad day for me. Like I didn't sleep great and I woke up on the wrong side of the bed and I hated my outfit. I felt like so fat and I really wasn't feeling good. My throat was hurting me. 24 hours later, I like my outfit. I slept great last night, even though I did have a nightmare. I'm feeling a lot better. I had a coffee this morning like that I liked, like from my house, like a Starbucks cold brew with ice and half and half. Like,
love that.
Yeah, so I'm just feeling, I've been up for like, a good amount of time. The mask mandate restrictions have been lifted here in New York. Like there's literally no reason not to smile though your heart is aching. Sorry, I'm a little hoarse.
No, I totally agree with you. I'm so happy that you've done this 180. We love to see a positive Claudia. Looking forward to all of her positive takes.
She's so rare, Positive Claudia doesn't just show up most days.
No, so we need to acknowledge the space that we are in now, surrounded by a positive Claudia, which leaves space for me to be negative.
Yeah, and that's like kind of never really like your thing.
What, negativity?
No, you're actually like a glass half full kind of gal.
Oh my, thanks. I mean, I try, and also like I've read enough of our podcast reviews to know that like people really get pressed when we complain a lot. So I feel like we can only have one complainer.
Honestly, I think people who, I'm about to say something crazy, like we might need to take out of the podcast.
Just think about it. We're not taking it out, so think about it.
I think that people who complain, people who complain that we complain too much are anti-Semitic because that is like a Jewish trait. It is in our blood. And if you don't like it, like you need to check your anti-Semitism at the door. That's obviously a joke. Like, please don't come for me. I just thought it was funny.
No, like as Jews, we do complain.
Yeah. And honestly, like that's actually a great joke for like a comedy club. I should write that down.
Yeah.
It's not really like a podcast friendly joke.
Yeah. But these days we do have a lot to complain about and it has nothing to do with being just Jewish and complaining.
But not today. There's a lot of joyousness in the air. It's 75 degrees. It's sunny. We have an amazing show. Not only is it Wednesday, which is like always a great day because it's hump day energy. We have Dear Toasters, our advice segment. But we also have an interview at the end of today's episode. If you're listening as a podcast, you can just keep listening. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a separate video. We have Remy Bader from TikTok. She is the realistic try-on haul queen of TikTok. She was so funny. She was so real. And I think you guys are really going to like the interview. So that's at the end of today's episode as a podcast and just our next video on YouTube. She was great. And so many people requested her. So I think it's just a good day.
It is a good day. We do have a great show for you today. So we're going to get into it. We're going to take advantage of the space that you're in and deliver the news that you need to know, as we always do.
We're just deliverers.
Oh, for everybody who's wondering how my 2-a-day went yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
It went really well. Like, it was really seamless. I feel like by the second workout, I kind of had forgotten about the first one. I didn't really feel fatigued. Matt from the Live Method said it was my best workout ever. And he's been saying that, like, every workout now. So I just feel like that means I keep getting better.
You don't know why?
Why?
Exercise gives you endorphins. Endorphins make you happy. Happy people just don't kill their husbands. They just don't.
Yeah.
That's why maybe I am going to kill my husband because I have no endorphins.
You don't exercise.
Because I do 2-a-day naps. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, maybe that's why. So everything was good. People were wondering what I do with my hair when I like exercise before the toast. I just don't wash it when I shower. I showered twice yesterday and took one bath because of the 2-a-day.
Wow.
I had to shower after each workout and then I bathed before bed.
I don't know why I like can't picture you in a bath.
Picture it.
It's
a beautiful
it's something to see.
It's something to see.
I just like can't envision you getting into a tub.
Well, you know what? Usually it happens very slowly because I make the water too hot. So I'm standing there waiting for it to cool down.
That's the fucking worst. Like your feet are burning when you put them in.
And I just I feel so stupid, like hunched over waiting to get in. So I just sort of like burn my whole body.
Yeah, no, that's
and get
the
fuck
worst.
in.
Well, that's because you're inexperienced.
No, I mean, sometimes it's the right temperature, but sometimes it's lukewarm, and I'm like, I'd rather just push myself.
Does your bath nozzle have temperatures on it?
No, otherwise it wouldn't be such a gamble.
Mine does, and it's like actually like a huge thing, like the privilege of having temperature on your shower or bath nozzle is so like it's just one of those underrated things that like now that I have it, I don't know how if I ever move, like how I'm gonna live without it.
No, it takes out all the guesswork, and some of us are just going in blind.
Yeah, no, you're literally going in blind when it's like I know exactly like to a T Fahrenheit what I'm getting into.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it is. I feel like we should just dive in because there's like so much to discuss.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else that I need to share because it just was like a standard day. Nothing crazy. I went to dinner last night, watched Rahoney.
Oh, I went to a comedy show last night.
How was?
It was crazy, like, to see. It wasn't in a club. New York Comedy Club is doing like outdoor shows on this like rooftop in Flatiron. It was so nice. And our friend Kristen, who we went to Nashville with, her now husband, they got married in COVID, did a set, and it was so good. And it was just like, what a different experience, like, to not only see comedy outside, but like, I feel like in the past 6 months since things have started to reopen, I've just been doing like the same thing over and over again, like dinner, you know, but it was like a new activity and it was really fun.
A new sensation.
So support your local comedians.
I tried to go, but I showed up at the wrong place and then I missed it.
That's so you.
That's so me.
That's so Jackie.
Like literally arrived only to realize I arrived at the wrong place.
Right, because you went to the comedy club and they're not doing it at the comedy club.
They were doing it on this rooftop. Yeah. No one thought to tell me.
It was really fun.
Yeah, I guess that's that on that. And without further ado, where are you? By the way, he is here. He's
off camera. He's feeling shy today.
Yeah, he's just been feeling a little insecure. And, you know, taking time for himself. But without further...
After 2 breakfast tigs, he's just been like really carrying that weight around.
But that spirit of the 2 breakfast tigs lives on.
Cannot be squandered.
Cannot be broken. Without further ado, here are the fast 5 stories that you need to know before you wake up and take a bite out of your morning toast.
And today we're excited to be sponsored by IPVanish. What is IPVanish? A virtual private network, a VPN for short. A VPN is a super important tool that helps you safely browse on the internet. You can use a VPN on your computer, tablet, phone, even things like your Fire Stick when you're streaming media. When you use a VPN, all your data becomes encrypted. What you're reading, what you're searching, what you're watching, whatever it is that you're doing. And that's important because what you're doing on the internet is absolutely nobody else's business but yours. IPVanish helps you remain anonymous and secure on the internet. And for listeners of the show, IPVanish is offering an incredible 65% off, just $3.49 for the first month or $31.49 for the year. Here's everything you get with IPVanish. Anonymous IP addresses, meaning your personal IP address cannot be tracked. You can circumvent any online censorship. They have more than 1,500 servers on 70 plus locations, and you can get protection from using public Wi-Fi. So go to ipvanish.com/toast to claim your 65% savings. They have plans starting at just $3.49 or $31.49 for the entire year. This is the time to sign up because with our discount code and their current promotional offerings, you can get a VPN for 65% off their usual offering. IPVanish is the best of the best, rated 4.7 out of 5 on Trustpilot. So ipvanish.com/toast to get that deal and start protecting yourself online.
Love it. Okay, first story, something that's been like making the rounds. Shanna Moakler,
Yes, Moakler, no, Moakler, I think.
Yeah, it's one of those names I'll probably never get right, is claiming that she caught Travis Barker and Kim Kardashian having an affair. Shanna Moakler claims she once caught Travis Barker.
It's Shanna Moakler.
Having an affair with Kim Kardashian, the younger sister of his current girlfriend, Kourtney Kardashian. Moakler said she divorced Barker back in 2008.
Moakler! Moakler!
She said that she divorced him because of his tryst with Kim. She said, "I divorced my ex because I saw them. I caught them having an affair." The model confirmed that she was referring to Kim, who met Barker when she was working as Paris Hilton's assistant in the early 2000s. A source close to Kim told Page 6 on Wednesday morning that there is zero truth to these claims. So Shanna is saying that Kim and Travis hooked up and she caught it and that's why they got a divorce. And Kim's camp is saying like this did not happen.
There's no way. Well, there's a few things.
What do we believe?
There's a few things to unpack here. One, the fact that Travis Barker and Kim like might have broken up his marriage, and 2, the fact that Kourtney is now dating Travis.
No, to me the only thing that matters is that Kourtney is now dating Travis, because like what Kim did in the early 2000s with whomever,
I just don't believe it.
Is irrelevant to me.
You want to know why? Because I feel like, and this is people who like watch the Kardashians religiously and like feel like they know Kim. They really know that like she had this like image of being like a sex symbol, and that she had the sex tape, and she had this like kind of raunchy reputation, and she was like actually nothing like that. She was like super shy and she like didn't drink. Like there's this perception of her, but it's not really who she is. And I feel like this is kind of just like feeding into like what people think about Kim. But at the end of the day, like I don't think Kim would ever do this. Kim is so family oriented. Like she's a child of divorce. Like I don't know. Like I just feel like I know Kim and I know that she wouldn't do this.
Yeah, but there are like a lot of quotes going around now from like various interviews that Travis had done at the time about how he couldn't keep his eyes off Kim. And like to me,
nobody could.
No, but like I don't care about Travis and Shanna's like marriage and whether or not Kim broke it up. Like I seriously don't care.
Yeah.
I can't tell you why. I just am wondering like if Kourtney's dating someone that her sister hooked up with, because like to me, that's so
That's
crazy.
a no-no. It's incest.
Even 20 years later.
Incest.
Yeah.
I don't know. It is 20 years. Let's say they did. Let's just play devil's advocate. Let's say they did. It's 20 years later, and it really feels like this is the love of Kourtney's life. And some people are saying that she's pregnant because she put up this weird, ominous fucking Instagram post, Pinkalicious, like, and Christmas tree, like maybe she's due in December. There were all these different hints. I actually watched a TikTok that did kind of convince me that she was pregnant. Whatever.
I don't believe it.
So let's say for argument's sake that they did fuck, but now it's 20 years later. Kourtney's head over heels in love with Travis. Travis is head over heels in love with Kourtney. Like, I actually think I can move past it, even though that's like a huge no-no. If you read my book, you know it was like one of our rules growing up. Like, you don't kiss the same boy as your sister. But I might be able to get past this one.
I don't know. I just really hope it's not true so I don't have to get past it.
Think about it,
you
yeah.
know? And I'm sure eventually, like, say it was true and I took the time. Like, I do think I can get past it also, and it's clear that they've gotten past it if it is true. I just, like, really hope that it's not, because, like, that's a real bummer. Like, and if Travis is the love of Kourtney's life, it's just, like, always, like, he had sex with her sister.
Yeah, and it's like you couldn't just, like, not do one thing 20 years ago because you don't know how it impacts your life 20 years from now. Also, I do think that these allegations, or whatever you want to call them, are coming out at an interesting time because there's also a lot of drama with Alabama Barker, who is Travis and Shanna's daughter. And she's been, like, posting TikToks basically alleging that her mom was absentee and all these kind of crazy allegations. So I just feel like maybe that's an attempt to discredit Shanna. I don't know. There's just like a lot to unpack from the Alabama Barker, Shanna Moakler, Travis Barker, Kourtney Kardashian, Kim Kardashian saga. And I'm kind of like living for it. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, there's one side of saying this, like, there's just such different recollections of what happened. And
let's say they did fuck. Kim's camp would not be like, yeah, we did.
No, but, like, they might just ignore her because, like, who is she?
No, that's a great question. Who is Shanna
This article
Moakler?
says model.
Oh, me too. Same.
So yeah, that's just like an interesting turn of events.
That's a little incest news for everyone.
Are you ready for our next story, which is taking us back in time?
Yeah,
Because
I really am.
you are. You look ready.
No, I'm feeling so
Positive.
positive and at peace. And I've never been more ready for anything than I am for this next story.
Good. I'd love to hear that.
I just feel like I exuded such negative vibes yesterday. Like I need to make up for it.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Let's try
Whatever.
something new.
Let's try something new. Yeah.
Mischa Barton is saying that bullying on the OC set led to her exit. She said, I just felt very unprotected. Okay, so Mischa Barton spoke to E! News. I read this whole article about how this writer at E! News like just thought like she would email Mischa and like see what happened there.
And Mischa just opened up the floodgates.
Mischa just responded and shared her truth.
Before we start, I just want to say, like, I have so much love in my heart for Mischa Barton. Like, I think she's a gem. I loved her on The Hills last season.
Loved.
And I just think she's kind of how people talk about Britney and how like she's like an example of what the media can do and how they're so evil. I feel like Mischa Barton is one of those as well.
Yeah, I totally agree. I wish she was back on The Hills. I thought she was a great character. Would have loved to see more from her. I don't know why they turned. Like, when they picked her up, I didn't know why they did that. And when they dropped her, I didn't know why they did that.
Yeah, no, once they picked her up, I was like, what? And then I watched it. I was like, oh, this is an interesting gal. She's young, fabulous Hollywood gal. Stories to tell, things to say, vengeances to avenge. And then they just dropped her off. Maybe she didn't want to be it anymore, but like, I thought she was great.
I thought she was great too. But so now she's responding to emails about what happened on the set of the OC.
So all of this is being communicated via email.
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
And maybe they got on the phone, but she reached out to her via email just because I guess she was up one night wondering why Mischa was killed off the OC.
I actually relate to this article. This writer.
Great question. Yeah. So she said there were people on...
Oh, spoiler alert.
Right. There were people on that set that were very mean to me. It wasn't like the most ideal environment for a young, sensitive girl who's also been thrust into stardom to have to put up with. She said sometime during season 2, things got more difficult for her. The hours got longer and the producers started evening out everybody's pay after promoting her co-star, Rachel Bilson, because I guess Summer wasn't meant to be a full-time cast member.
But she was such a star in that first season. How could you not?
She became one of the core 4, and I guess they took her paycheck from from everyone else's.
So did they demote Mischa's payment, or they just brought Summer's up?
They might have just like demoted everyone.
Got it.
She said, in sort of general bullying from some of the men on the set that felt kind of really shitty. But, you know, I also love the show and I had to build up my own walls and ways of getting around dealing with that and the fame that was thrust specifically at me. Just dealing with like the amount of invasion I was having in my personal life, I just felt very unprotected, I guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
So she said that the showrunners came to her and they were like, they didn't force her off the show or anything. They were like, we could let you go in a way that's kind of mysterious and have you come back, or we could end it finally and you can go move on and do whatever you want. And I guess she had like other offers coming in because she was at the height of her career. She's like, no, I want to take all these things that I haven't been able to take and I want to go. And I think when she filmed it and when she made that choice, she had no idea that it was going to be like the cultural thing that it was, like Hallelujah, Marissa Cooper like being carried through the streets.
Yeah.
And so she just made the choice to like move on with her career.
Well, I honestly can't tell if that was the right decision because it did become this actual phenomenon. Like the way you just think of one of the most iconic moments in TV history, it has to be in like the top 10. But she didn't really have much of a career after that. So it's like, which would you take? The iconic moment or the longevity?
I think the longevity, but in hindsight, like, you know, and a lot of people do this, I think, like, it's probably frustrating, right? You're at the peak of your career, but you're stuck to this thing, so you can't take other opportunities. But maybe you choose the wrong opportunities, and then it's all downhill from there.
I think that a lot about the kids from Riverdale, how they became so famous so fast, and they literally work every single day, 365, in Canada. Like, they're so limited in what they can do outside of the show that they grew huge followings. The show became huge. And then the show just kind of dwindled, and, like, I just don't think of them as... They're super famous, but I don't think of them as, like, the megastars that they were for, like, that 1 year. And they couldn't really do much after that.
Well, I just feel like they're still doing stuff, and I also feel like they make weird choices. Like Madeline in that movie F the Prom, that was like so terrible.
I just think they're very limited in what they can do contractually, not only time-wise.
Because they only get like a few months off, but like...
And then also, like, I'm sure your contract is like, you can't do a TV show with ABC. You know what I mean? Like, they're limited in what they can actually accept, and then timing of it all.
I feel like Cammie does the best job.
Me too.
Because she was in that spooky movie that was on Netflix, that was like during quarantine.
What was the premise?
It was like
she was in Palm Springs.
It was like a horror movie. Yeah, she was in Palm Springs, which like was a
hit,
a mainstream success. Let me look at.
I agree with you. I do think that she does the best job of balancing Riverdale and other work, but it's like a blessing and a curse to become so famous on a TV show because those TV shows, especially the ones that have like 22 episodes a season, like you don't get to work otherwise or really even live.
Yeah. I think the movie was called Dangerous Lies, which just goes, it was like a Lifetime type of movie, but it was on Netflix and I think it did really well. It was like, what are those movies called that are like,
Thriller?
Who's coming up the stairs, you know?
Mystery?
Like sort of.
Scary?
Like a scary movie, sure.
Got it, okay.
I think.
I'm curious to know what the word you're looking for is.
I don't know, maybe.
Spooky?
Spooky, thriller.
Thriller.
Let's click on the movie. Let's see how it describes itself.
It's probably a scary movie. That's like a genre.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways. I guess there were dangerous lies, so it definitely was scary because it was so dangerous.
So, yes, I agree with you. Like Marissa Cooper, it's a weird thing. Like you become so famous, you become like best friends with your castmates, and then it kind of like dwindles because you're limited in what you can do outside of the show, and the show goes on for a long time. I can't believe Riverdale's still on the air.
Yeah, and I feel like Rachel Bilson and Adam Brody were dating in real life. Yeah,
that helped them a lot.
I'm sure that helps. Like you feel like you have someone in your corner, and she probably just felt out on her own.
Yes, and I do also think that like one of the weirdest things like that I've ever experienced is the fact that Adam Brody and Rachel Bilson dated for so long, and then he got married to Leighton Meester, who's literally Rachel Filson, and who like literally comes from the same exact career. Like,
no, it's not even that she's Rachel Filson. It's that Seth Cohen and Blair Waldorf literally got married.
No, and also like Summer Roberts and Blair Waldorf were like the same type of character, and they had a similar career. Mm-hmm. So I just think that's like the weird, and they look alike too. So like when I see pictures, I'm like, is that an old picture with Rachel Bilson or a current picture with Leighton Meester?
Yeah, no, it's shocking.
And I think it's just another interesting factoid that a lot of people don't really remember is that Leighton Meester was born in prison.
Yeah,
that's a crazy story. And they like kind of reference that in Country Strong, mm-hmm. because it was like, you know, Giles Stanton was hiding this huge secret about her past. What was it? That her parents were in jail.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Great movie if you haven't seen it.
Who hasn't seen it? Like, probably a lot of people, and that's what's wrong with the world. Like,
everyone has seen it?
Has everyone seen it?
We're going to have a mandatory viewing.
I don't think Aram definitely has not. No.
Okay, ready for our next story? A little love news.
A little love news that's brought to you by Bruce. Very appropriate since I love Bruce.
And when you're in love, you're going to need a fucking Bruce.
Yeah, you are. This spring, drift into a dreamy state of mind and reset with the Froosh, new limited edition colorways inspired by a dreamlike surrealism. So what is the Bruce, you guys? It is the best electric toothbrush on the market. We talk about it here all the time. So many toasters have gotten them, and it has really changed their life. It is very, very effective in cleaning your teeth, your gums, helps with breath, but it's also really affordable. A lot of electric toothbrushes can cost over $200, which is like nuts. But not the brush, very affordable. It comes with 6 unique modes to customize your brushing experience. It has a 2-minute timer, so you make sure to completely clean your mouth in all 4 quadrants of your mouth. Gums, back, front, up, down. The battery life lasts 4 weeks. It comes with a magnetic charging stand that's very sleek and elegant, so it's not very cluttery on your counter. It also comes with a subscription program, so you never forget to change your brush head again. Some people think that like if you have an electric toothbrush, you don't need to like change, but you do. It's not very sanitary. And they'll keep you on track. You don't have to remember. They'll just every 6 months ship you a new brush head, a replacement, so you're never stuck using a worn down brush head. Their electric toothbrush has a modern, aesthetically pleasing design, and it comes in trend-driven seasonal colors, so it looks great on your bathroom counter. These new colors are only available for a limited time. Check them out. It's like big launch, you know? You want to get the new one. Get them before they're a distant dream. Get 15% off the toothbrush kit from Brush and the refill plan when you use the promo code TOAST at Brush.com. That's 15% off using code TOAST at BRUUSH.com.
Love it. Okay, our love news. ASAP Rocky says girlfriend Rihanna is the one.
I saw this and I totally forgot that they were dating, but I'm like reminded again and now I'm happy again.
He said, when you know, you know.
So
the rapper
true.
told GQ for the magazine's June-July 2021 cover story a bit about his romance with Rihanna, gushing that she is the love of my life, my lady. When asked what it feels like to be in a relationship, he said, so much better when you got the one. She amounts to probably like a million of the other ones.
So true.
I think when you know, she's the one. He also shared his thoughts on starting a family, saying that fatherhood is, quote, in my destiny. Absolutely. I think I'd be an incredible, remarkably, overall amazing dad. I would have a very fly child. Very.
So true. This is the thing. Like, Rihanna's just like that bitch. Like, she's like the Elizabeth Taylor of our generation. Like, how the most eligible men in the world used to like buy Elizabeth Taylor, like the boats and the diamonds, and just for a chance to be in her presence. And that is literally Rihanna. Like every fucking eligible, you know, that Saudi prince, billionaire, Drake. Everyone who's fucking obsessed, literally they just fawn over her and she's like, yes, it's fine, I'll take the boat. So it's just like, it's hard to see someone living your dream. Because I really, for, you know, a while, really did think I was the Elizabeth Taylor of our generation, but it's very clearly.
But you were just snatched up so quickly, you didn't give anyone a chance.
I never had time to grow into it.
Yeah.
But like, I'm real, like, I just made that reference in my mind and like it's true. Or maybe like the Marilyn Monroe. Like
yeah, but it's the same.
It's the same thing. And that's Rihanna.
The Evelyn Hugo.
Yes. That is Rihanna.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that's a great call. And it's like the least you can hope for is that when someone possesses this diamond of the season, that they can recognize that that's what they have. And
I think she's recognized.
No, I think that he's recognized.
Yes.
Like that she's a million of the other girls.
Yeah. And I'm happy for them. I think they're a cute couple. I don't think I've ever seen a photo of them like together.
Here's a photo of them together, but it's, I don't know when it's from.
That looks like literally like Photoshopped together.
Yeah,
they're
like
so far apart.
But like because her hand's on his shoulder,
you know that it's real.
Yeah, but it could still be Photoshopped, I guess. Anything can happen.
They're really cute. I'm happy for them. And that's a really sweet article. I love when people like publicly gush about their partners in interviews, like when Tiffany Haddish like went on and on about Common.
Yeah, but also when people gush about like how much they love being in a relationship, you know, I just think it sets a nice example. Like, because I feel like sometimes being in a relationship like isn't the coolest thing to do.
It's like, you're whipped, bro.
Yeah, exactly. But no,
it's such a lame thing to say.
No, and like until I just
two
disagree.
tastemakers making like relationships cool,
making taste,
100%.
But that's also how I feel about like Justin Bieber and Hailey, like getting married so young, and I just think it makes that like a cool thing to do. And really, you could do whatever you want with your life. It's just always like,
I agree. I know what you're saying.
It's nice,
agree.
You know,
it's nice.
Are you ready for our next story?
Yeah, of course.
The Dear Evan Hansen trailer is here.
And there's drama.
Claudia told me there's drama, which is shocking. I just want to share my initial thoughts because Zach was watching it in the car. You put it on your story, so I watched 10 seconds of it. Enough to know that Ben Platt is playing Evan Hansen.
Yes.
And I overheard the trailer and I just felt like they gave away the entire movie.
Okay, I thought the same thing. It was like a 45-minute trailer and like literally went from start to finish.
I've just seen the movie.
No, and there's like kind of like a big kind of twist in the play and like they like kind of ruined it. Did you know what I'm talking about?
No, like they literally had every song in the trailer, like the whole plot, like Dear Evan Hansen, Connor.
Yeah, like
Connor.
Yeah.
Like all the different highs and lows of Evan and Connor.
I agree. They gave too much away. It was an experience. I loved it because I'm going to see the movie and I feel like I saw like a part of it. It was stunning. Like the music. I love Ben Platt. I'm like literally his #1 fan. I commented on the trailer and he liked my comment.
Oh my God, that is so rewarding. I'm so excited. I forgot how good the music was. I'm gonna do a run today on the treadmill. I'm going to listen to that soundtrack because, like, You Will Be Found. I had chills. Just eavesdropping from the trailer. And Pasek and Paul, my kings.
Yeah, so it's The Greatest Showman, guys. It's perfect. But it's
like all this time when we were, like, you know, hyping up The Greatest Showman, we're like, it's the Dear Evan Hansen guys. And, like, now finally people understand, like, how good that is.
No, and now they're The Greatest Showman guys.
Yeah, and there were also the La La Land guys, if you're into that sort of thing.
I know it's not a personality trait to think that La La Land was the worst movie ever, but, like, I fully believe that it is my personality.
I think it says a lot about your personality.
Yeah, no, it's just, like, I think maybe I disliked it because everyone liked it so much, and I'm just, like, so, like, not like other girls.
You're not like other girls.
I don't know why, but I digress. So you didn't really know, and I only knew because I'm on Broadway TikTok because, like, I literally watch videos of Jessica Vosk singing as Wicked, like, every day. And so my algorithm gives me, like, Broadway news. There was some drama a couple weeks ago with some guy. But everyone was, like, going on and on about Ben Platt being selected as Evan Hansen, and they thought it was problematic for two reasons. One, because he's 27, and I think the character is supposed to be 16. Or like 17, whatever, like a high school
When has
kid.
that ever mattered in Hollywood?
And the other thing is that, like, maybe there were more eligible people to play Evan Hansen who have been on Broadway. Like, there's this guy who's currently Evan Hansen on Broadway, and he's 19. So people thought he might be more eligible, but that Ben Platt only got the role because his dad, who works in Hollywood, is the producer of the movie.
Okay.
So there's two issues. One, the age thing, which I think is so fucking stupid. Like, where was all this energy when, like, 4 90-year-olds were playing high schoolers on Pretty Little Liars? Like, nobody fucking cares. Regina George was 26. Like, who cares?
No, literally nobody cares. We're going to care now. Also, he originated that role. And didn't he, like, write this show?
So he won the Tony for it. He worked with Pasek and Paul. Like, he was a part. I don't know if he wrote it, but I know that he was involved from the origin. Like, he was a part of making it what it was.
His show.
He popularized it. He won the Tony for it. And honestly, I'm sure there are a lot of people who do it amazing. I haven't seen anyone besides Ben Platt, but, like, he is the Barbra Streisand of Funny Girl. You would never make a Funny Girl movie and not put Barbra Streisand. You know what I mean?
He is Evan Hansen. When I saw the trailer, it sounded like his voice. So I was like, oh, okay, it's Ben Platt. But, like, if it wasn't going to be Ben Platt, I was going to be disappointed. But it's also really crazy that, like, Evan Hansen came out was at the pinnacle like 5 or 6 years ago, and it's already a movie, whereas, like, Wicked still isn't a movie.
Well, there's a lot of drama with the Wicked movie.
Oh, share the drama with me. But also, I would hope, I mean, now it's probably too late, but if there ever was a Wicked movie, like, I would want it to be Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth.
Of course, the people who popularized the show.
Yeah.
100%.
What's the drama?
5 years ago, they announced a Wicked movie. We reported this on the Toast. I don't know if you remember. And then they gave, like, a launch date or, like, a launch month. And that launch month was, like, a year ago. So people were, like, repopulating the tweet and being like, the movie's supposed to come out this month. Like, what happened? I do believe it's, like, still in the works, but I don't think it's going to be anytime soon.
It doesn't bode well. Who's in it?
They don't say anything yet. And honestly, like, if they just got Pasek and Paul on the job, we would be fine.
Yeah. Well, the music is written, but I think it should be Dove Cameron and Ariana Grande. Or no?
No, I don't think so.
Ariana Grande and who? We already had this
as Alphaba?
I forget. I don't know. We already figured this out.
They don't need to be that young, though. I guess they go to college, right? In Wicked.
Yeah, Shiz University.
So yeah, and then
they do go to Shiz.
The other thing people are all pressed about is the nepotism of it all. And honestly, I think I've said this before on the show. Like, I'm so unbothered by nepotism. I'm, like, so jealous of it because I have, like, the opposite of nepotism, like, whatever that is. I'm happy for them. Like, if you can get it, like, do it. Like, I would do it too.
No,
like,
but
we're all liars. Like, oh, my dad's producing a movie. Wait, let's play this out. My dad's producing a movie of the play that I starred and
if anything,
popularized.
It's nepotistic in the other way, where it's like his dad only got the producer title.
How qualified is his dad?
Because his son wrote the movie.
It's reverse nepotism. 100%. I just, like, don't care.
If anything, you should have been angry when this, like, one-time show writer got a show on Broadway because his dad was in the industry.
Yeah.
Like, that was the time to be angry.
No, but also I would be angry if he wasn't so qualified for the role. Like, I think there's, and I'm not gonna, like, out people, but I think there's a lot of people who have gotten famous, like, based on their parents' attributes, and, like, they're not that great or talented, and I don't understand the hype. It's only the hype because their parents are superstars.
100%.
Ben Platt is not one of those people. I think he would have become just as big of a star if he didn't have the connections that he did.
Yeah.
So sometimes, like, the talent matches, and that's really all I care about. Ben Platt is going to be amazing in it, so everyone can just fuck off.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited.
The Broadway stands, though, on TikTok are fucking pressed. Like, there's real problems going on in the world.
Yeah. Are you ready for our fifth and final story? I think it's some news that's going to make you even happier than you already are today.
It's the final story. Do-do-do-do. What is it?
It's a little fast food wars news that's
Yes.
that's for you.
Every time we talk about fast food, I have it for lunch, excuse me.
Well, now I know what you can order next.
Okay.
Burger King launches a new chicken sandwich nationwide called the Chick King.
Oh, that's a good name.
Yep, Burger King's new chicken sandwich is here, and it's entering a market that's more crowded than ever. The burger chain first announced its new sandwich in February. Since then, it's been rolling out the sandwich. I love when sandwiches get rolled
out. They're like a little late. Like I feel like there's been like a conversation about where the best chicken sandwich is from for a while.
They have been, but you know what? I'm happy for this news because personally, like when we were driving and we would all want fast food, like last year, I would want to stop at Burger King for the what's it called?
McPlant.
No, but they
Impossible Burger.
Yeah, but it was like they had a cute name for it. I thought.
It's the Impossible Burger.
The Impossible Whopper.
Okay.
But then we would go over to McDonald's for you. So like now we can all eat
No.
we all
No,
can
we
eat
can't.
at Burger King.
Let me tell you why.
Okay.
First of all, because when I go to fast food,
By the way,
unless
just scratching my nose in case anyone.
she's not picking her nose.
Not picking.
When I go to fast food, I get chicken nuggets, and I actually really don't like the nuggets from Burger King because they're tenders, not nuggets, and I just prefer nuggets. So I'll still always go to McDonald's also because McDonald's fries are so supreme. Like even the best fry from Burger King doesn't stand a chance against the worst fry from McDonald's. Like there's just no competition. So we'll still have to drive to both stores.
Okay.
Also, I love chicken sandwiches, but not at fast food places. There's just like so many better options for me. Whereas like, okay, like in a restaurant, I'll order like a grilled chicken sandwich.
Okay, so never mind.
I mean, I'll try it for our mukbang that we're never going to film.
Never mind.
No, it's good.
I'll just take this story back.
No, don't. I love fast food news.
Throw it in the garbage. Okay,
my
if you're
my negativity's seeping back out.
If you're in the chicken sandwich
Business.
fan club, you got another one to try. Another one.
Nice.
I literally love that.
Remember like
phrase.
the time when DJ Khaled blew up Snapchat?
Yeah, but do you also remember the time when like Kanye and Kim announced they were having another baby and Mason Disick said another one?
No, I don't remember that.
Oh my God, it's so
Where
iconic.
did he say it?
On Keeping Up.
He's such an icon.
And Kanye was laughing so hard.
Oh my God, gotta go back and find the clip.
Yeah, no, it was really cute.
Should we talk about Real Housewives of New York, which was like so boring last night?
Yes, we shall. I thought it was interesting.
I thought it was interesting too because I felt conflicted because I really feel like Ramona Singer lying about donating her plasma, which I think we came to that conclusion. I do think like for a second Ramona thought that she did donate plasma just when she got tested because she's like, you know, not that in tune with the medical community. But I think she's known for a while that she didn't actually donate it and let the lie continue. So I think that's like really low and like classless. Like I think that's like one of the worst things you can do.
I don't.
But I think like Leah was really bothering me last night. She was just like being the police, like to everyone. She was being like the plasma police, even though like she was justified in just like wanting to prove her point. She was just like being really harsh. And then she was being like the faux police. She was just being like the policewoman.
Yeah, I feel very conflicted about it. Is there something that you need to say before we get into it, or can we get into the recap?
I've been in it for like a minute.
No, but you're holding your curds.
Oh, no. I'm just
okay.
protective over my curds. Sorry.
Okay,
I was like, have you not been listening to me? No, I'm just holding my curds. Sorry.
Okay. Keep your curds close and safe.
No, keep your cards close and your curds closer.
Okay, yes. I feel extremely conflicted over Leah because generally speaking, like I really am here for her as a person, and I think that she's such a great thinker sometimes, you know?
That's such a good way to put it.
And like really sometimes when she goes for something, I'm like, yes. But with this Ramona plasma stuff, she came for Ramona so hard in the beginning of COVID because she was going to Florida and then she like got COVID. And I understand at the time that Leah felt like that was the right thing to do. But now it's like 8 months since then. Like in hindsight, like I don't know why she's going so hard again, where she could have looked back on it and been like, well, Ramona did have antibodies and she was like she wasn't doing anything so crazy. But at the time, everything felt crazy. But now in hindsight, it's like, oh, she was just in Florida and she had antibodies.
Yeah, I don't really feel like Ramona, traveling from New York to Florida is like a big deal.
But Leah is like still harping on the, like that Ramona was like irresponsible during COVID because she like posted her cooking thing on her Instagram.
Well, so
and her workout.
When
and it's
they
like,
flash back to the reunion and Leah's like going after Ramona for posting her workout on her stories. I'm like, that's like not a big deal.
No,
That's literally what everyone was doing.
The entire fucking world did that.
Yeah.
So like maybe
Well,
in the
me,
moment
but
you saw it and you felt like it was tone deaf, but that's like not something that I would bring up again as
Yeah.
like something that she did wrong, because that's what the whole world was doing.
Yeah.
So like that was sort of bothering me. I feel like what happened with Ramona is that she thought she donated plasma because something was like taken from her.
They took her blood.
They took something from her. And she thought that that was plasma.
I agree, but I think she's known for a while.
And I think when she told the press that she donated plasma, she really thought that she did.
I agree.
Think afterwards, she learned that that was not what happened. But Leah is really trying to embarrass her and make her look like a terrible person, as if she lied.
Intentionally.
Whereas I think that when she said it, she wasn't lying.
I agree with you completely.
And the
I
fact
think Ramona
that Leah
for a while,
like, I don't know why Leah, like her and Leah aren't beefing right now, so I
Right.
don't know why Leah feels like she needs to embarrass her in front of everyone and like make her admit that she was wrong.
I think that for a while, Ramona Singer went to bed every night like truly believing she helped someone. I believe that. I don't think she's a bad person. Like I don't think she would intentionally lie, because that's like fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't think that she did that. And I understand Leah like wanting to like make the point, but like she went so hard. She was just being like a Karen. And I'm like, chill. And then it was just like, that was the energy she had throughout the whole day. Like, honestly, what she said to Luann, I think she did have good intentions. But then Luann was literally like, you're literally doing the same thing with your mocktail. Like, and Luann was right.
Yes, I think I understood what Leah was trying to say, because it is like a crutch for Luann, and eventually she'll have to learn how to walk on her own. But I think like telling her about it while she's doing it and like leaning on her crutch, like that's just not that helpful. But I do feel like her heart was in the right place, and like Luann did come to her and say like, we're in this
That's
together,
true.
like I want to lean on you. And so I think Leah thought she was just being a friend.
Yeah.
Whereas everybody in the group has been getting along. She's staying at Ramona's house and she wants to bring this thing up to make like Ramona embarrassed and look bad in front of everyone 8 months later. I wasn't supportive of it.
That's the thing. I forgot. They're all staying at Ramona's house, and you say what you want about Ramona, but like she is the host and she's doing like a nice job, and you just don't like attack someone like that when you're literally staying at their house.
Yes, and then also I'm not understanding Leah's point of view with this Heather stuff.
So then I thought she was also being policewoman when it's like, what are we going to say to Heather when she gets here? What time does she get here? What should we say? Let me pull up the articles. She was being a detective.
Just in case you forgot or you missed what she said, here's what she said, getting the whole group riled up against Heather.
And by the way, they didn't even pull up anything that Heather had said about Leah. So Leah's getting mad on like Luann and Sonia's behalf when Luann and Sonia seem to not give a shit.
Right, and it seems like whatever Heather said about Luann, like not being authentic, like we all recognize that there's an old Lou and a new Lou.
Yeah.
Like even the way that she has done a complete 180 about how to address herself to a driver. Like,
yes.
So Heather knew Luann when she really was that like inauthentic, can't talk to her countess lady. So like, I don't find that to be offensive. I think
but saying she does hard drugs is mean, and also saying Sonia's
she didn't say
has two faces.
She said that the night in St. Bart's with the pirate,
they were doing hard drugs.
That there was drugs. Maybe there was drugs.
No,
and I think we said this last week that is like so far in the past, and Luann has been through so much since then. Like, sure, it's like not that cool, but it's like not recent enough.
I might just be biased because I actually like love Heather.
Yeah, I like her too. I think she's a nice girl.
I think she's a nice girl. I think she's like a good businesswoman. I think like her time on the show, which she left voluntarily, which is very rare. I think she was like a good friend. She was like really good friends with Carol and Kristen Takeman. Like she didn't give me any reason not to like her. Her hollers were a little annoying, but other than that, there's no reason to dislike her so much. So I'm just like, Leah's coming on really strong. It's making me think like, what happened off camera? Like, how do you know Leah? How do you know Heather? Like, what's going on here? Because like to have so much energy and detest for someone who literally hasn't said anything about you, who you I think don't even know. Yeah, it's bizarre. So she was just giving me like policewoman vibes.
That's how I felt too, but I still really like Leah. I was just like not understanding where she's coming from.
Yeah, and obviously the big ta-da was Sonia Morgan getting like so fucked up, and like honestly, it was funny. Like, we're working with so little here. Like, and I never thought I would say this, but this is like just kind of the cycle of housewives. It's like you hate a housewife so much because like their behavior is atrocious, and then when they leave, like it is kind of boring. And it's like, even though I did not like or appreciate most of what Dorinda brought to the table, like I am bored without her. Like I really am. So the craziest thing is like Sonia got drunk. Like who cares?
Even when you said like someone left because of their behavior, I forgot who you were talking about, and now I realize you were talking about Dorinda. I don't miss her for 1 second. They should have brought in more new cast members.
100%.
Because 5 just isn't enough. They should have brought in one more new person and an old person, which I think Heather was supposed to be. Yeah.
But I think that her and Leah in this particular weekend in the Hamptons get into it really bad, and Heather leaves, like, so she doesn't film the rest of the season.
Right. So
that's
then
what
we're
I
back
think.
down to 5.
And Ebony is great, but she's just like a little boring.
Yeah.
So just her being the sole focus of all the new energy, I don't think it's enough.
I agree. I totally agree with that. But she was the only one dressed right for the day.
Okay, so
Her
when Ramona,
outfit was beyond stunning.
when Ramona was being the fashion police to Leah McSweeney, Ramona needed to arrest herself
Yeah.
with that big fucking knee-length vest.
Yeah, she took it off and she
Yes.
changed.
Leah looked great.
Leah looked like,
Leah's
again,
just cool and different. Like,
I would not wear that outfit.
No.
But I appreciate it for Leah. Like,
Yep.
I like that she has a sense of style, that it's different from, someone would wear that top with black jeans or those pants with a black top. Like, but like her outfit at Sonia's Garden, like she does it in Leah's way.
she does it in her own way, and it's like,
And she's
who
like-
cares what Leah's wearing? Like,
She also
Ramona's-
looks amazing in everything, so it really doesn't
It's
matter.
actually unfair.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was like a fine episode. Jersey's on tonight. Not the finale, part 2 of the reunion.
Yeah.
I didn't watch part 1 yet, so we'll just recap.
No,
in
part
total.
1 of the reunion finale was last week.
Oh, I didn't watch the finale. Okay, because I was we were in Nashville. So 2 episodes. We'll recap that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Anything else on tonight?
Beverly Hills!
No way. No way. Hills.
That's
I saw a
where
clip,
I wanna
like a sneak peek,
be.
and it's lunch or dinner with Garcelle and Lisa Rinna, and Garcelle is like holding Lisa Rinna to the fire for what she did to Denise, and Lisa Rinna's like, I shouldn't have been so hard on Denise. But it's like, where is that energy? Bring Denise back. Justice for fucking Denise.
Bring Denise
I
back.
love Garcelle for being such a good friend. Like, even though Denise is off the show, still bringing it up. Getting accountability.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
Rinna is just like a political animal, and she will say, and
Yes.
now that Denise is gone, she'll say, it doesn't matter what she says. Now she did what she needed to
over.
do. So she just...
Yeah. I can't wait. Wow, what a good night. I was going to go out to dinner, but I think I shouldn't.
No, I think you need to stay in for this one.
Me too, ordering a pizza. I had such a traumatic, like such a first world problem with my dinner last night, but like when you're so hungry and your food's just not coming, like I don't think there's anything worse. Like me and Ben order from a sushi place. They have 2 locations, and Ben insisted that we order not from the one 2 blocks away, but from the one 30 blocks away because he thinks it's better. He was just being a baby, and I was like, okay, fine, whatever. So the food gets prepared, and the courier picks it up, and the courier is on foot. So I feel so bad. I'm making this guy walk 30 blocks because Ben prefers. It was such a mess. It took 2 hours to get my food. It was freezing cold, and I was like so mad. So I just like, I'm not going to ever let my dinner get out of hand like that again.
No, that's good.
I'm ordering for myself. Ben, you can order whatever, like fucking order from Brooklyn for all I care. Like I'm taking care of, you got to look out for yourself. Nobody's looking out for you.
Nobody's looking out for you.
I was so upset.
I'm so sorry.
Let's dive into Dear Toasters before our interview with Remy Bader. And Dear Toasters is brought to you by Noom. Think about everything you've ever learned about getting healthy. There's a lot of contradictory information out there, and things like that old-fashioned food pyramid aren't much help. Enter Noom. You know how to chew, you know how to use chopsticks, how to fold a slice of pizza so the cheese doesn't slide off, but do you really know how to eat? Noom says if you want to lose weight, it's not about one thing you ate today, but how you eat in general. So it's not about what you just ate, but how you eat in general. Noom teaches you about eating, your cravings, how to build new habits so you can ditch the old misconceptions and get smart about food and the choices you make. Based in psychology, Noom teaches you how to eat so you can accomplish your personal health goals and stick with them long term. Because you don't need rules to lose weight, you need knowledge. And with Noom, you pick the health goals that are right for you, and Noom personalizes a weight loss program to help your aspirations become reality. Because sometimes it's not about the scale. I know for me, it's like always about how I feel. Like I get fatigued when I'm not eating really well. I get headaches. So everyone has their own reasons for wanting to get in shape or start eating better. And Noom is a solution for anyone, no matter what your goal is.
Yeah, and especially if you're rising and grinding, like Noom is your friend. And what I love about Noom is Noom doesn't judge. Like you can be rising and grinding, and of course you feel like, okay, yes, I'm so excited to tell Noom about everything that I did.
Right.
But you know what? Even when you're not, Noom doesn't judge. They understand that life happens.
They'll teach you
Nobody's perfect.
They'll teach you why you make the choices you do and give you the tools to replace your habits with healthier ones. There's a science to getting healthier, and it's called Noom. Sign up for your trial today at Noom, Noom.com/toast. Learn how to eat again with Noom. Sign up for your trial today at Noom.com/toast. Are you ready to learn how to live healthier? Sign up for Noom today at Noom, Noom.com/toast.
Love it.
All right, Dear Toasters. Hi, Jackie and Claudia. I recently got engaged to my fiance, who happens to be 100% Italian, which has tremendous perks: an abundance of meat sauce, homemade cookies around all the time, etc., etc. Unfortunately, it also comes with major drums. A few months before getting engaged, my sister-in-law Meadow and my mother-in-law Carmela. Oh, these are names from the Sopranos. Okay. I'm like, that's a weird, like, mostly people just use like Sarah.
No, yeah.
Meadow. My sister-in-law Meadow and mother-in-law Carmela stopped speaking. This has been building for years as Carmela loathes Meadow's husband, and it has now been about 6 months of them not speaking at all. Meadow has 3 kids that Carmela and Tony have not been able to see in 6 long months. This has put my fiance and I smack dab in the middle of this drama. We are still speaking to both sides, but Carmela feels very strongly that we should not invite Meadow and her husband to our intimate wedding destination wedding of 20 people in March. Meanwhile, Meadow has not asked one detail about our wedding. I know I have to invite her, but is it completely selfish that I don't want her at the wedding? Do I have to invite her husband that the entire family despises? Frankly, I don't want to have to deal with any of this drama on my wedding day. Sincerely yours, a toaster that belongs on HBO.
I need to know why they hate the husband. Like, is it just like personality stuff, or is he like a really bad person for actual reasons that you can list off?
If it's just like dumb family drama that people are taking really seriously, I would say invite them, because things like this change all the time, and you don't want to like look back on your wedding photos and like not be able to include your brother and sister-in-law who like you're now, 10 years in the future close with.
Yeah.
Because weddings are just one of those things, weddings and funerals, like you just go.
Yeah.
Because drama comes and goes, unless it's like an unforgivable offense.
Right, exactly. But it's like if they wind up reconciling and then you just like are on the outs still, even though this wasn't your fight, I would just invite them. They probably won't even come.
Yeah.
And unless there's something like really terrible that's been done, I just think it's family and you guys are all in this together.
There's a line, and if they haven't crossed it yet, you have to invite them.
Yeah.
All right, next up. Hi, Claudia and Jackie. I absolutely love listening to the Morning Toast every morning. It's one of the few things that truly brighten up my morning. I really felt compelled to share my current situation with you guys because I need to know that I'm not crazy. Last weekend, while celebrating Mother's Day with my boyfriend's family, his older brother Luke told me that someone in our small town found a website full of naked pictures of some of my best friends. I immediately shared the link with my friends, alerting them that this was happening. Apparently, this was old news because my friend's phone got hacked 2 years ago, and she's been fighting and failing to get them taken down because she's over the age of 18. She asked me to tell her as much as possible about who resurfaced these and how I even got them. So I explained that Luke's friend Carter received them from another group chat and shared them with this group chat of 12 people. She was shocked to find this out because Carter was apparently her friend. So she reached out politely to tell him that she was disappointed he didn't come to her first rather than share it with 12 other boys. Carter proceeded to get angry with his group chat, which caused Luke to get angry with me for telling her it was Carter. Oh, and it gets worse. My boyfriend's parents and sister then involved themselves, so I had four of his family members yelling at me, telling me I was wrong to tell my best friend who shared the pictures. I was speechless, disgusted, and outraged. Why the hell do I care if Carter gets in trouble? Shouldn't these parents know that people need to be held accountable for sharing private pictures without consent? Am I in the wrong here?
No.
I need to know what standing up for my friend was the right thing to do.
It was.
I have to say that my boyfriend immediately apologized on their behalf and tried to get them to understand my side. How am I supposed to feel comfortable around these people again? Please help, an RDH toaster. Girl, you did nothing wrong. Like, I keep thinking if I was one of those girls whose phone got hacked, photos illegally stolen, and can't get them taken down because I'm over 18, like, that's so disgusting. Who cares who's circulating it? Like, there's justice on the table, and that's what counts.
That's what counts. So at least your boyfriend, like, knows what's up, because otherwise I was about to say, oh, he's only your boyfriend, bye. Yeah. And then with the family, like, they've shown you who you are, and now it's just arm's length time.
Yeah, like, that's actually really disappointing because at the end of the day, we should all be concerned for like this girl's group of friends who are being so violated and like everyone's circulating it around, making it so much worse. And the fact that all we care about is fucking Carter. Who fucking cares about Carter?
Fuck Carter.
I'm not finding Carter. Fuck Carter.
Fuck Carter.
So you totally did the right thing. You can sleep at night knowing that like you're a good friend and a good person and like a good woman. You're actually the definition of a woman who supports other women.
100%.
And your mother-in-law is not, or future mother-in-law.
Yeah. So now you know.
The more
you know. And that your boyfriend knows what's up is really all you can ask for in the situation. I'm just like, I'm so sorry for your friends.
I know, but I'm actually really relieved to hear that your boyfriend is also like a woman who supports other women. Or
a man who supports other women.
Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Phew. All right, finally. Hi, Claudia and Jackie. My fiance and I are getting married next fall.
Congrats.
I've already asked all my bridesmaids to be in the wedding party. My fiance has yet to ask his groomsmen, but he's always planned to ask his dad to be his best man. Cute. Let me start by saying I have no problem with this. His dad is truly his best friend, and I think it's super cute that he would ask him. His brother is absolutely nuts. That's a story for another time. And he would feel bad choosing a friend over his brother, so his dad just seems like the best choice. I agree. So the only problem with it is that I don't necessarily want him in all the bridal party photos. He's already going to be in the family photos, obviously, so I just feel like that's a lot. Number one, he's going to be exhausted. He's an older man in his mid-60s. He's not in great shape, and I feel like him running around for hours would take a lot of his energy. And the wedding won't have even started by then. And then, of course, reason number two is I feel like he would stick out like a sore thumb. I don't want my eyes to draw to him every time I look at my bridal party photos. Wow, just typing that, I feel like a huge bitch, but I can't help that I feel that way. Yikes. My fiance gets very mad every time I bring it up and says he would feel horrible telling his dad he's the best man but can't be in the bridal party pics, which I understand as well. What do I do? Am I just a raging, nefarious bitch that needs to get over herself? Or do you agree and we can ask him to step out of some of the photos? I have a major pit about it and I don't want his pajama dad to hate me. How do you think my fiance should bring it up with his dad if you think he should? Is it really mean to ask him to be his best man and then add stipulations? Help. A beautiful, stunning, and smart bride.
Okay, so I have a plan for you because you can't ask someone to get out of a photo, like when the photo's being taken and you're like, okay, now one without you so we can have one to hang on the wall.
It's so rude.
But what you can do, being that this is your wedding and there's a lot of planning that goes into it, is you can schedule pictures throughout the day. Don't have the the older people come in till later in the day because they need their energy. So like do all the family photos last, and earlier in the day do the bridesmaids, groomsmen pictures where he doesn't even know that that's happening. And then later in the day when he is there, then do another picture with all the groomsmen. Because the young people, your friends, they stand around and wait all day for the pictures to be taken. Older people don't have as much stamina, so I think you do one set of photos in the morning before he's expected to arrive, and then one set of photos with him when it's his time.
That's possible, but I think that's good advice, but like, I don't really agree with this. Like, I don't know, like, I think you should just be proud of the fact your husband sounds like such a pee-jam. His dad is his best man. Like, you obviously married like such a family-oriented, like, I'm gonna cry, it's so sweet. Like, and you want to hide that? Like, it's so fucked up. Like, I don't think you're going to be standing there in a big, poofy white dress. No one's looking at your father-in-law. Like, it's not going to be this sore thumb situation. I think
it's true. And also, like, it is, like, that is what's happening. Like, that's the truth, you know?
Yeah, no, and I just think it's, like, lean into it. It's really sweet. I've never heard of anyone choosing their dad as their best man. It speaks to the kind of character of your future husband. And I don't think you should be ashamed of it. I think, like, you are being a little bitchy, like I do. So I think that's my advice. Like, it's really sweet. I think it's so special, and I would lean into it. It's nice, and no one is going to be looking. There's a big bride, poofy dress. No one is looking at the groomsman in the back who's slightly older than the other people.
I agree with you. But I will also say, like, your wedding day is your time to be a little bitchy, and if this is going to bother you forever, for whatever, maybe there's other reasons at play, then I think you can do it in a way without hurting anyone's feelings and without taking the picture and then say, okay, now one without you.
Jackie's given the roadmap to how you want to do it if you want to go about that way. My advice would be, like, it's actually really sweet, and
make peace with it within yourself.
Make peace with it within yourself. I think it would make him so happy, make your husband happy, and your husband obviously doesn't agree with you, so like, is this a battle you want to pick? If so, go Jackie's way. If not, I would just let it go.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
I hear what you're saying too, of course, but it's like
people have their stuff. I don't know.
People have their stuff. That's true. Just decide whether this is a hill you want to die on, and then die on it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is pretty much our show, except we've got an interview coming up with Remy Bader. If you're listening on also that was Dear Toasters. If you ever want to write in, we're running low, so deartoasters@gmail.com. Make it interesting.
We're running low because we're solving all the world's problems.
And that's just our cross to bear. But it's deartoasters@gmail.com.
I hope we can get to a place where there's no more Dear Toasters.
Of course. Or at least updates. If we've written to you, let us know how it went. We love updates. Deartoasters@gmail.com. Enjoy this interview with Remy Bader. She was a precious gem of a woman. Podcast, just keep listening. YouTube, it is up on our channel. And that's our show. Thank you so much for listening to The Morning Toast, the Millennial Morning Show, where we deliver the fast 5 stories that you need to know every Monday through Friday on YouTube. So if you're watching us on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. We're also available as a podcast anywhere podcasts can be found. So that's Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Public Radio, iHeartRadio, CastBox, all the places. So wherever you listen to podcasts, find us, The Morning Toast, leave a 5-star review about how beautiful, stunning, and smart we are. Hope you have an amazing hump day, and we will see you tomorrow. Enjoy this interview with Remy Bader.
Bye.
Bye.